Good Friday morning. This is an interesting reading. The Acts of the Apostles, I'll show it to you. Now that they have decided in council, they send out their disciples, as it were. Okay? They send disciples with Paul and Barnabas, etc. Okay? And what are they going to do? They bring a letter with them, and they read the letter, and the letter is the official letter from the Council of Jerusalem, okay? From the leadership, okay, under Peter, okay? What did they proclaim? We're not bound by the Jewish law. Okay, at the same time, don't commit scandal. It's the same thing itself. Okay, you see that? All right. So, see, here's what they said. So we are sending Judas and Silas, not Judas Iscariot, the other Judas, who will also convey this message by word of mouth, namely the letter that they had just sent. It's the decision of the Holy Spirit and of us not to place on you any burdens beyond these necessities, namely, to abstain from meat sacrificed to idols, from blood, from meats of strangled animals, and from unlawful marriage. That's the only thing we're prohibiting, okay? But the rest, you see, okay? We don't want you burdened by the Jewish law. You're not bound by the Jewish law. It's the teaching of St. Paul, okay? But at the same time, no scandal, okay? You are in a large Jewish community. Among Gentiles, you got the Jews. Don't scandalize them, and especially don't worship idols. That is anathema for any angle, or from anybody's point of view. All right? But then it's interesting in John is writing much later, and think in contrast to the Hebraic or Mosaic law, what Christ says about his commandments, keep my commandments. But what are they? What are they? You see? Watch this. I'll read it to you. John is really the final voice within the New Testament. It comes later, see? Jesus said to his disciples, this is my commandment. Okay, what is it? Love one another as I love you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Good Friday. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I no longer call you slaves, because a slave does not know what his master is doing. I have called you friends, because I have told you everything I've heard from my Father. It was not you who chose me, but I who chose you, and appointed you to go and bear fruit that will remain. So whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give you. This is my commandment. Love one another. That's the whole commandments of the New Testament. Love one another, because you're my friends. Treat them as friends. Treat all as friends. As we are friends, they are friends. And we should look out for each other, love each other. So we're on one great commandment. So love one another as I have loved you, which means to self-sacrifice. There's no getting around it. The standard of love is the self-crucifixion of Christ. Not just his teaching, his self-immolation on the cross. Self-sacrifice is the core of the gospel, the core morality commandment of the gospel. The New Testament, especially articulated by John, is love, self-sacrificial love. The love of friends, but friends it's not a casual meaning. Friends are the most intimate form of bonding. Marriage is the sacrament of friendship. How's that for a sentence? Friendship is the fundamental relationship. Marriage is the sacrament of friendship. We are friends to each other in the intimacy of shared life. That's marriage. Consecrated friendship. I think of the religious orders. I think of that very much when I think of the guys in the outfit. We are friends together. Are friends together. It's a wonderful line. Jacques Maritain, Reyes Maritain said that about her marriage to the famous philosopher. She was the poet. He was a great philosopher, Jacques Maritain. And what she said is, we were friends together. It's a verb. Friends together. Together is not, is an adjective? It's a verb. It's an action. An action of active intimacy where you care for each other. I saw that in the outfit. It's hard to say. It looks like just an external organization. It is not. There is a bond between members of a religious community, hopefully the church, but I saw it in religious life. You don't have to like each other in the sense of, gee, he's a great guy. He may not be. He may be tough to live with. but we're brothers. We're brothers together. We have, I'll tell you what it is. It's what my friend Sarah's grandmother said. Pat, she said of Sarah, you must first see her. In order to love her, you must first see her. And that, I think, is religious life. It's any form of friendship, is seeing the other in his or her beauty, even with his or her beauty scarred by life, is to see them, not it. Not a smart guy, guy's clever, the good-looking girl, whatever the hell it is. It's to see her by name, him by name. And in that community of seeing, one learns to love. One must have a heart open to seeing, and then upon seeing, the intimacy of love that derives from it. That's the truth. There's a bond. I know my classmates in the outfit. We were together 11 years, okay, before we went our separate ways in terms of our assignments, etc. There is a bond I have with my classmates in life and in death. It is a brotherhood. There's an affection and a love and a loyalty, a fraternity, a friendship with my classmates that's unlike any other I have. I have it with all the men, but especially my classmates. And you know, in the outfit, in the order, it's interesting because you hear, this is not me alone, it's the outfit. Because the guys, when they start talking about their classmates, they'll say it with a reverential reference. It's reverential. They'll say, well, he's my classmate. Well, my classmate Joe, my classmate. It's like saying my brother Pete, my cousin Harry, my classmate Terry, Joe, my classmate Joe Sedley, classmate Joe. We not only sat together in the refectory for 10 years, we're friends together, sharing a common love for the outfit, a common love for each other, a friendship. Even though we're dramatically different, very different, there is a bond. I know that I'm in the monastery, I look for my friends. If I'm going to visit the monastery, if I have any classmates here, I want to see my friends. It goes in that order. First my friends, then the rest. Why? My friends being first my classmates, who are my intimate friends, and then my friends. Okay? That's the truth. It's an act. Friendship is an action. I guess that's the way to put it. Fidelity is an action. It's loving each other actively, seeing each other and loving each other actively, looking out, the way I put it, looking out for each other. And in marriage is the consecrated form of friendship, an intimacy of seeing. When you see your partner, your spouse, you see him or her in the intimacy of a heart open to communion with the beloved. You don't get that, of course, in religious life, but you get, in a way, an analogous form of it in the bonding of what is the common family is the outfit itself, the order. But inside that also, very interestingly, classmates, guys that live together, form together. There's a friendship there. And it's a very special one. It's by name. Seeing each other by name. I don't know how else to put it. That's the commandment. Love one another. I command you, love one another. See each other. You notice in the gospel account, Christ goes by and somebody sees him, but it's an invitation to sight. Or he sees them, and in seeing them, he invites them to the intimacy of his look. It's neat, isn't it? To see. Barbara Streisand said, he touched me and nothing is the same. Well, we touch more than with our hands. We see each other. And that with seeing with love, nothing is the same. We become, in a sense, bonded to the intimacy of friendship. That's the truth. And that's the commandment of Christ. Love one another, just as I loved you. To the intimacy of seeing and being with. That's the truth.